Heading into the season, the Chicago White Sox have a lot of question marks. Starting pitching is not supposed to be one of them, but so far this spring, every single starting pitcher has given up at least one run in short work. Plus, Buster Olney of ESPN ranked this top 10 shortstops in all of baseball. We're going to find out what he thinks about our very own Colson Montgomery right after the intro.
Welcome to Chicago White Sox Central, your number one place for all Sox news and content.
Good morning, Chicago White Sox fans. Welcome to another episode of Chicago White Sox Central, your number one spot for all things Chicago White Sox related. It's your boy Big Kev holding it down for the South Side. Listen, don't be confused with the get up. I got some stuff to do for Chicago Bears over on Chicago Bears Central, so be on the lookout for that. We're gonna be doing our mock drafts. But anyway, man, listen, hit me up at Big Kev from the Shy, Big Kev from DACHI, and of course Sox Central Pod. Both of those over on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, so on and so forth. And then shywhitesoxcentral at gmail.com. Hit me up. We'd like to do a mailbag episode one of these days, man. It'll be fun to do. And of course, like, comment, share, follow, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date. But with that being said, man, we're going to get right into today's content. Man, if you're looking for live video evidence of the existence of the Chicago White Sox playing their spring training game yesterday versus the Colorado Rockies, to no avail, couldn't find it. Neither could I. So you were not alone because they did not air it. Apparently, the baseball gods wanted to spare audiences from having to watch the worst teams, the two worst teams in all of baseball last season, duke it out. And it was a good thing, too, though, because Chicago White Sox ended up losing their first game of spring training, falling to 3-1, losing 5-4 versus the Colorado Rockies. But listen, it's spring training, so wins and losses do not matter. It's not the fact that the Chicago White Sox lost, it's how they lost. I mean, there were base running errors. Example, Kyle Till getting caught stealing. Mario Camaletti, he was thrown out at home trying to stretch it into a scoring play from second, and he just got threw out, killing a rally that the Chicago White Sox were down 4-3 at that point. They ended up tying the game at 4-4, but ended up losing anyway. But who knows what would have happened had those base running errors not occurred. Throwing errors as Kyle Till launched the ball into center field, allowing allowing the Colorado Rockies to score on that situation. And of course, worst of all, there is terrible pitching from our most likely opening day starter, Shane Smith. And if you're any fan of mine, if you followed me on the other two channels that are now defunct, you know how I feel about Shane Smith. He's one of my favorite Chicago White Sox on this young roster. But to put it bluntly, listen, he was horrendous in his first pitching outing of spring training. Like it was just awful. He hit a Rockies player on just his third pitch of the game, and he was only able to get through 1 2/3 innings, so he couldn't even pitch a full 2 innings. And he was only able to give us an inning and 2/3. He gave up 2 hits, 1 walk. He had 2 hit batters and 3 runs given up, 2 of them earned. That's terrible. That is awful from your starting pitcher, basically your opening day starter. That was just rough. It was rough to see, and we'll see if he actually cracks it, because we still got Anthony Kay to see, we still got Davis Martin. And either one of those guys can end up being your opening day starter. Eric Fetty as well, so Sean Burke. So who knows if Shane Smith, if he pitches the way that he pitched yesterday for the rest of the spring training, he is not a given that he'll be the opening day starter. But hey, yesterday was rough. In fact, every Chicago pitcher this spring has gotten off to rusty starts. Jonathan Cannon gave up a homer and 2 hits in just an inning and 2/3 versus the Cubs, and we know that he's just trying to fight for a spot on the roster, not necessarily in the starting rotation to start the season, but he just wants to be on the roster. Chris Murphy gave up 3 hits and a run in his 2 innings versus the Athletics, but at least he was able to go a full 2 innings. He's the only pitcher so far who was able to do so. And then Mike Vassell gave up 3 hits and an earned run in just 1 inning and a third. like against the Milwaukee Brewers. So like, man, every single starting pitcher has been rough so far. And I know it's only spring training, and we haven't seen every pitcher who's expected to crack the starting rotation. But so far, the starting pitching situation on the South Side has given us a cause to just wonder just a little bit, right? It's a good thing though that the offense has been clicking. Hell, even yesterday's loss was a winnable game going deep into the ninth inning. White Sox were 2 strikes away from going to extra innings in the bottom of the ninth until lo and behold, White Sox reliever Shane Murphy gave up a long walk-off home run to Zach Veen. Game over. So pitching has been a little bit iffy. Even though the Chicago White Sox have been blowing teams out, they did lose yesterday 5-4. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the offense so far. They're being aggressive at the plate, hitting home runs, getting on base, stealing bases, so on and so forth. But hey, at the end of the day, we're going to need our starters to play better. Now, Chicago White Sox they look to get back to their winning ways later this afternoon versus the Seattle Mariners. We'll get our first look at newcomer Anthony Kay as the lefty. He's going to be starting against George Kirby. Hopefully, Anthony Kay can go out there and dominate on the mound. Like, it would be nice to see a 1-2-3 inning from a Chicago White Sox pitcher, and then another 1-2-3 inning. Get out of there and let the relievers come in. But hey, hopefully he doesn't surrender any runs. At least if you give us some hits, don't give up any runs. He'd be the first starting pitcher to do so. But let me know what you think, though. Is it too soon to be concerned about our starting pitchers? I mean, if you ask me, of course it's too soon. But then again, maybe not. Maybe we're seeing some stuff that should have us concerned and worried a little bit as the season looms next month. But hey, it's just spring training, so got to pump the brakes just a little bit. But hey, pay attention to what's going on with these starting pitchers. All right, now before we get out of here, ESPN baseball insider Buster Olney revealed his top 10 shortstops in all of baseball, with Kansas City Chiefs, not Chiefs, Kansas City Royal Bobby Witt Jr. leading the way. The South Side's own Colson Montgomery did not make the top 10, but he was honorably mentioned. So in the top 15, top 20-ish after it's all said and done. Hopefully he can build on what he accomplished in the second half of last season, because he really wasn't even called up until I think June. He can build on that and put together a strong full season of baseball, 150 games, 145 games or so for the Chicago White Sox. And he'll enter the top 10 at some point this season and be on that list prior to next season. All right, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Big Kev holding it down for the South Side. Hit me up at Big Kev from the Shy over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Sox Central Pod as well. Shy White Sox Central at gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share, follow, hit that notification bell. Yeah, don't forget to follow the rest of the Chi-Town Sports family. You can type in your favorite Chicago sports team and put the word Central behind it. You will find one of us. I will be moonlighting over on Chicago Bears Central at some point this week to do my mock draft. All of the guys are putting together their mock drafts. We're hard at work. Football season is never really truly over. Don't forget about NFL Central, NBA Central, and the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, C-Dub, and Bobby. It's your boy, Big Kev, holding it down for the South Side. We gonna holler at you guys next time, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun season. Hopefully Anthony K give us something today. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the